And hey there, it's me Mudlink, and welcome back to some more Professor Layton in the Curious Village. So last time, we finally got to exploring this little part of town, and during it, we had a random chase scene with a Ferris wheel. Sounds stupid, it kind of is, but it's also, it's gonna be important. We also ended up getting ourselves a little entrance into another underground place, and hopefully that can be our ticket to making it into the tower. So let's get in. I hope I don't trip. This place is pitch black. Oh fucking. Sorry about that. As soon as I fucking start recording, I get a fucking phone call. I hope I don't trip. This place is pitch black. All right, Professor. There you go. To warm up the British voice. Oh, and it's cold too. Watch your step, Luke. Look for anything suspicious or out of place. Yeah, you little fucking... Oh shit, didn't mean to do that. That's fine. Look, there's a sort of stone tablet embedded in the wall. This is clearly some kind of puzzle. I'd wager the solution will tell us the direction in which to proceed. Which way? The path you are on forks to the left and right in front of the sign seen below. Your gut feeling tells you that the sign reveals the direction you need to go. Find an arrow within the picture like the yellow one on the side of the board. When you find it, draw a line around it as neatly as possible. Keep in mind that the arrow you are searching for may not be the same size as the one pictured below. So basically, it's gonna tell you what you... I'm sorry, I woke up not too long ago. Hang on. It would be... Oh, I didn't mean to fucking do that.
That should do it.
I do not have good notes for this. I cannot remember what I'm supposed to do for this. I think it's here, actually. Or didn't I just fucking do that? Hang on.
That should do it.
Alright, never mind, I got it.
That should do it.
But what? Okay. So yeah, I'm just bad at drawing arrows, so... Right, fucking bad at drawing arrows. Triangle. That's not gonna work, is it? Fuck, I'm so bad at drawing. Literally just use this as a fucking reference. There you go.
That should do it.
That's why I need to stop recording after like 10 minutes after I wake up. Fuck. Then now you can move forward. There's our answer. We will proceed down the left corridor. Understood, Professor. Artisan teapot going straight to Layton. Let's get the rest of these fucking hen coins. There you go. There you go. Okay, there's... supposed to be another fucking hen coin. Stupid little fucker. There you go. Let's get the stupid dog here. I guess not. No, there it is. Weird how that dog didn't want to fucking show up that time. Almost there for Layton to be fully happy. Fucking, I hate trying to find these goddamn hen coins. So why isn't this dog showing up again? This dog's fucking useless. There it is. Look, Professor, there's a strange device on the door here. It seems to be a puzzle of some sort. I imagine the door won't open until we solve it. It's almost like we're being tested, isn't it? So yeah, another one of these. Gonna get the red ball out of the maze. Bam. 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 Following my notes fully for this one. Don't just guess it all the damn time. Did I just mess something up? No.
There we go. Another puzzle solved.
There you go. Fantastic. Easier than it looks, isn't it? If you haven't done it yet, try to complete the minimum moves possible. Minimum moves 14. I ended up messing it up a little bit. I should do the trick. There you go. That's our second to last painting scrap. We're almost done with it. Wait, did I mess something up in that? No, it just looked weird for a second. No, it wouldn't connect like that. Wow, I certainly didn't expect a room down here. Let's give it a thorough once over. Something isn't right about this place. I can feel it in my bones. Luke just fucking big idiot and decides to touch a fucking candle flame. Okay. There you go. There you go. There you go. And there you go. Something's hidden here. Alright, let's move the picture out of the way then. What's this here? It appears to be some sort of key. But what does it unlock? We won't know until we investigate further. But this shape certainly looks familiar. Professor, could this be? It looks just like the tower. I knew there was something odd about that dead end. Perhaps this key will shed some light on things. Luke, we need to head back to that large wall on the north side of St. Mystère. I have a hunch that it's more than a dead end. And with that, Chapter 7 is done and dusted. We're nearly done with this game. Deep underground on the edge of town, the professor and Luke found an unusual key shaped like the tower. While the connection between the key and the tower seems certain, no one can figure out where to use the key or what it unlocks. Who would have imagined that a tiny shack held the entrance to an underground tunnel and a quaint storage room? More unexpected still was our discovery of a small key shaped like the tower itself. Could this odd little key truly unlock a path to the tower? Well, only one way to find out. Before that, though, bam. Look how old this picture is. Alright, that reminds me of a good one. Would you like to hear it? The large shape below is made up of a pattern, and a section of the shape has been removed. Out of the options A, B, C, and D, which one should you insert into the large shape to complete the pattern? So this one's pretty easy to figure out. So you would know that an X would need to be on the top one. So you just have to rotate these around and try to figure out, okay, which one could be like that. So you can discount D immediately. Then you just keep on following patterns down. Also look at the one down on the bottom. All the way at the bottom, it would have to be a square. So that would discount A. So all that's left is B and C. So then you just figure out patterns for each one. So for instance, it'll take a little bit of time for that one, but it's B.
Luke, here's my answer. Every puzzle has an answer.
Excellent. It's really just a matter of finding the right matching pattern. But staring at all those different pieces and trying to find one that fits is more complex than one would think. Gee, I didn't think it was that easy. Bone Shining Teacup's gonna go to Layton, and we go inside the inn. Everything's finished. Now this is a room any gentleman would be proud to call his own. Staying here should speed up the investigation. By the way, Luke, I have a present for you to mark this occasion. Turn off your Nintendo DS once, then restart the game. At the title screen, select bonuses, and you should have a new challenge from me. Now I know you're excited about your present, but be sure to save before you restart your DS. Including these challenges, the decorator's house has been added to your map. See, now the inn is finished. All that's left is the painting, and of course the rest of the things to unlock more challenges. Of course, that's gonna be saved for a bonus videos. Let's go investigate that dead end right away. Alright, Luke, but first let's make a quick stop by the inn. There's something I need to check on there. Why the inn, Professor? It seems that someone doesn't want us around, Luke. Someone is, in fact, after us. And the key to identifying this scoundrel is back at the inn. So you already have an idea about who's behind this? Haha, piqued your interest, have I? Chapter 8, The Shadow Intruder. Someone's been obstructing the investigation. To find the troublemaker and continue work on the case. So first, we're just going to be exploring around, getting more puzzles. So Sylvain's got another one for us. It's you two lads again. You're an odd pair of ducks coming all this way just to see me. I forgot what voice I gave him. It's been a while since I recorded. Lucky for me, I got myself a darling of a puzzle on a mind to share it with you. Now he sounds like a fucking pirate. You need to wash your face, but all 13 water valves in the sewer piping are shut tight. To open the valves to get the water sink flowing to... You have to open valves to get the water sink flowing to your... You have to get the water flowing to your sink. So here's a challenge. Direct the water all the way to your sink by opening as few valves as possible. So it's all about just figuring out what is what for this. You open this one. And you open this one.
That should do it. Critical thinking is the key to success.
Good job. Now wash up. Wonderful work. I was sure the puzzle would floor the both of you, but I guess the joke's on me. Oh well, you win some, you lose some. So we're gonna go down here. We're gonna go into the inn. Hello, Professor. Is something the matter? You look a little shaken. Beatrice, I have an urgent request. Could you show me the newspapers from the last couple of days? Papers? Certainly. Hang on for just a moment while I go fetch them for you. That's strange. I'm sure I set them down around here somewhere. Is there a problem? I'm sorry to disappoint you, but I can't seem to find them anywhere. Even today's morning paper seems to have gone missing. I see. Well, thank you just the same, Beatrice. This has been most helpful. Just what was in those papers anyway, Professor? Yoo-hoo, Professor Layton. Ramon, and to what do we owe this visit? Oh, he told me I need to find you and bring you to Reinhold Manor. The inspector, I mean. Oh, and he and Lady Dahlia await your arrival at Reinhold Manor. Thank you for the message. We'll set off for the manor in just a few moments. So we only really had one puzzle to do before continuing with story stuff. You found the key to the tower, haven't you? How do you know about the key? You mustn't interfere with the tower. Whatever you do, just stay away from there. Interfere? What do you mean by that, dear? See, none of these guys have anything for us right now. Ramon does, though. Ramon, whatever. Oh, if it isn't Professor Layton. Judging by your expression, it seems you haven't found the golden apple. You look terribly tense, Professor. Perhaps a small puzzle will help. Oh, loosen you up. Over the river, so we got something similar. So with Stash and Scarfin on there, you only move one thing at a time. So help Stash and Scarfin move the wolf, sheep, and cabbage from one side of the river to the other while obeying the following rules. In addition to its captain, The raft can only store one animal or item at once. When Stash and Scarfin isn't near, the wolf will eat the sheep and you have to start over. The sheep will eat the cabbage when Stash and Scarfin isn't around. If you let the sheep have its way, you have to start over. You can shuffle the raft back and forth as many times as you like, but the short solution takes 7 moves. So you take the sheep that way. It's pretty easy.
There we go. Every puzzle has an answer.
Well, then the short solution for this problem requires 7 moves. How did you fare? Well, I got all of them. I got it in the right amount. It was masterful. I expected nothing less from the great Professor Layton. Oh, hoo, hoo, hoo. And we got ourselves the final painting scrap. Hang on. Alright, sorry about that. Anyway, the last piece of this puzzle is solved. Pop. There you go. This painting is truly brilliant. It simply must go on my wall. By the way, Luke, I have a present for you to mark this occasion. Yeah, turn off your DAs, like bonuses. Layton's challenges. The art lover's house has been added to your map. There you go. Finished our painting. Luke keeps pushing for us to proceed straight ahead to the dead end by the tower. But before we do, I have a suspicion of my own, and I feel the need to confirm. Before we go anywhere else, I think it best we stop by the inn. I think we might be able to identify the person that has been watching us all this time. In order to confirm my hunch, I asked Beatrice to loan me the last few days' worth of newspapers. It seems that someone has made off with the whole stack. These papers would have been the decisive proof needed to confirm my suspicions, but I'll have to go on without them. I'd like to continue searching for the papers, but the inspector has summoned us, so I'll have to give up on that for now. Welcome back, Professor Layton. Please come in, everyone is waiting. Thank you, Matthew. Something troubling you, my good man? You seem ill at ease. Oh no, I'm fine, sir. Please make your way to the parlor. All right, if you're certain that nothing is the matter, we'll head upstairs. Mr. Layton, thank you for arriving so promptly. Come, have a seat. Why have you called us here, Inspector Shelmy? Shelmy, whatever, fucking. Like you, I'm not the kind of man who beats around the bush, so I'll just come out with it. I'm on to you, Layton. It's clear as day. You are responsible for Simon's death. Are you suggesting I murdered Simon? Nonsense. Yeah, nice, Layton. I have to admire the way you keep cool under pressure. But of course, I would expect nothing less from a cold-blooded killer such as yourself. Hang on. Yeah, sorry about that. I don't suppose you've seen this before, eh? This vase was on display in the room in which Simon was found dead. All the forensic evidence I've gathered suggests that the killer struck Simon with this vase. Our killer was no professional. You see, he left his fingerprints all over the murder weapon. Fingerprints that match your own, Mr. Layton. Oh, that's the vase from the market, isn't it? You rotten murderer. This vase is evidence. Why did you just break it like it was nothing? So go on and give me an alibi, Layton. Where were you when Simon was killed, eh? Come on, out with it. I was with Luke, investigating matters down in the village. Is that the best you can muster? It's clear the little brat is an accomplice to your crime. Admit it, Layton. You wanted to keep the golden apple so badly that you conspired to murder Simon. You can't fool me, Layton, so cough it up and start talking. Well, I might have to take the key to the tower you picked up, too. Seems that you are intent on pinning this crime on me, Inspector, but if you're a true enforcer of the law, you'll acknowledge that I'm not the only reasonable suspect. Any member of this household could have committed the crime. In fact, you can't even rule out the possibility that everyone here had a hand in the murder. Furthermore, are you even sure that a murder took place here? What kind of nonsense are you spouting now? Do you really think anyone here is fooled by your crackpot theories? Inspector Chelmy, I'm beginning to think the only person here with something to hide is you. That's absurd. This has nothing in the slightest to do with me.
No, Inspector, it has quite a bit to do with you.
Meaning?
Isn't it obvious? If there is any criminal element involved in this case, then it is you, sir. What? That's absurd.
Hey, calm down!
What utter rubbish! You'll need more than some death charge to save your hide.
I've heard you're quite a devoted husband, Inspector, but you take very good care of your wife, Amy. Luke and I found this article in the paper. Luke, what was Inspector Shelmey's favorite food again? So you actually have to click it, so yeah, it's sweet potato fritters. This article specifically states that you love sweet potato fritters, and yet you raged at poor Matthew when he brought you sweets with tea. Why? And your point is, it just so happens I have a fondness for Amy's sweet potato fritters. Is that so? Thank you, Inspector. This little conversation has made things quite clear. Please take a look at this. I believe you just called them Amy's sweet potato fritters, yes? I'd like everyone to look at this article. As you can all see, the article clearly states that Inspector Shelmey's wife is Amelie, not Amy. Do you mean to tell me you've forgotten your own wife's name? Out with it then. Who are you, and why have you been impersonating Inspector Shelmey? And why have you been running this investigation? But your sudden memory loss regarding your wife's name isn't the only suspicious thing about you. Try to recall the time around Simon's death. You said you received the report that prompted you to come to St. Mister, but you forgot one thing. After Luke and I came to town, the drawbridge that is St. Mister's sole entrance had its crank stolen. This effectively sealed the village. From that point on, no one can enter or leave the village. And do you recall just when the seclusion began? Correct. The only route out of the village had been closed well before Simon's death was discovered. After that event, there was no way to anyone. I can't believe I messed it up. God damn it. After that event, there was no way that anyone outside the village could enter. By the same token, there was no way to take things out of the village, particularly something as large as a corpse. So tell me, Inspector Chelmy, when did you actually first step foot in St. Mister? And furthermore, what did you do with Simon's remains? Oh, while we're on the subject, I have one more nagging question that I haven't been able to figure out. How is it that you knew about the key to the tower we discovered? When we happened upon that key, there wasn't a soul in the area, save for Luke and myself. Furthermore, I've spoken of what we found there to no one. There's no conceivable way you could have known about this key. Unless, of course, you were spying on us from the shadows when we picked it up. Now, let me see if I've got this all right. You posed as the inspector and used Simon's death as an excuse to enter Reinhold Manor. Since then, you've been waiting for the ideal time to strike and steal the golden apple from us. How am I doing so far? Yeah. What's so funny? This is no laughing matter. I'm just astounded at how despicable I find you, Layton. But that's exactly why you're worthy of being my archenemy. I've always despised you, Layton. I thought I'd be able to crush you once and for all here in St. Mister, but they'll have to wait since you saw through my disguise. You haven't caught on yet, but St. Mister has a secret of epic proportions. Yeah. When I imagine a dimwit like you trying to unravel the mystery, I just have to smile. Yeah. My business here for the day has come to an end, so I'll be off now. But listen closely, Layton. Never forget how close you came to being bested. One day I, the great Don Paolo, will rain my vengeance down upon you, and on that fearful day you will beg for an umbrella and a raincoat, perhaps even some galoshes. Yeah. Gosh. I guess he's gone. Do you know who that man was? Don Paolo is his name. I've heard stories of him. His grasp of the hot sciences was rumored to be unrivaled. The problem, as you might guess, was his personality. Though he was a genius, the man was evil. The science board banished him from working officially in his field ever again. Sneaking into St. Mister to steal the Reinhold fortune sounds like the kind of scheme he would hatch. He seems to hold quite a grudge against you, Professor. What did you do to cross him? I haven't the slightest idea, Luke. Well, that aside, what was all that talk of a secret hidden in the village? What was he talking about? I'm mystified by it myself. For the time being, though, let's focus on finding the golden apple. Shall we? I say we follow our newest lead and head for that tower. Let's check that dead end from before, Luke. With that, Chapter 8 is finished. And mystery number 9 is solved. En route to the mansion, we ran into that shawled girl again. I meant to ask her many things, but she vanished moments after she appeared. She stayed just long enough to warn us to stay away from the tower. Arriving at the manor, I noticed something peculiar about Matthew's expression today. Why has the inspector called us here? Behind the vinyl mask, the man who would pose as the inspector all this time was none other than the brilliant scientist Don Paulo. It seems he too was after the Reinhold fortune. He alluded to some larger mystery at work here in the village, and I'm fairly certain I know which one he means. What a shock. Who could have imagined that Don Paulo, self-proclaimed archenemy of the professor, was posing as an inspector in an effort to steal the Reinhold fortune? The true Inspector Chelmy would never set foot in the same Easter, and is probably at home in London enjoying tea and sweets right now. So yeah, there's one thing that was obvious, is that guy's involvement in this whole thing. But that's the only obvious mystery that's being involved in this. The rest is quite interesting, to say the least. And we're going to be learning more about that in the next episode. So slightly shorter today, but still decent. It's still a decent length. In any case, I'll be seeing you guys next time. Take care.